This guy is asking if he's the asshole for throwing his mother-in-law's ashes in the trash just because she never liked him. My wife's mom died like 8 months ago, cancer or something. I don't remember exactly what kind. Anyway, my wife Becca kept the urn on this shelf in our living room, right above the TV, and honestly, it creeped me out from day one, but I didn't say anything because grief or whatever. The urn itself was this ugly ceramic thing, kind of greenish with these weird raised flowers on it. Looked like something from a yard sale. Her mom's name was Patricia, but everyone called her Roberta, which I always thought sounded like a medication. Here's the thing, though. Roberta absolutely hated me when she was alive. I'm talking 15 years of this woman making comments at every family dinner about how Becca could have done better, how I don't make enough money, how I'm too quiet at parties. One time she told me I had weak handshakes for a man right in front of Becca's whole family at Thanksgiving. She bought Becca lingerie for Christmas one year and made a point of saying it was for when you find someone who appreciates you while I was sitting right there. So yeah, we weren't close. Becca wanted to scatter the ashes at some beach Roberta liked up in Mendocino, but she kept putting it off. Every weekend it was, maybe next month, or I'm not ready yet. And meanwhile I'm watching TV with this dead woman who despised me, literally hovering over my head. Started feeling like she was still judging me from beyond the grave, which I know sounds stupid, but that's how it felt. Last Tuesday I was cleaning because Becca's sister was coming over, and I grabbed the urn to dust under it. The thing was heavier than I expected, and I guess my hand slipped or something because it fell and the lid popped off and there's ash all over our carpet. Gray powder everywhere, some of it definitely went into the air vent. I tried to scoop it back in, but how do you even know if you're getting it all? There was carpet fiber mixed in, some Dorito crumbs from when I ate on the couch last week, probably dog hair because our terrier sheds like crazy. I stood there for maybe 20 minutes, just looking at this contaminated ash pile, and I thought, what's the point? It's not really her anymore anyway. It's just calcium and bone fragments, or whatever, they don't burn all the way. And Becca's clearly never going to scatter them because she can't commit to anything. We've been planning to repaint the bathroom for 3 years. So I got the dustpan, swept up what I could, put it back in the urn, but it was maybe half full now. And there was this visible line where you could see it used to be filled higher. That's when I made the decision. I took the whole urn out to the dumpster behind our apartment building and threw it in. Not even in a bag or anything, just straight in there with the rest of the trash. There was a broken office chair in there and somebody's greasy pizza boxes. I heard the ceramic crack when it hit the bottom. Came back inside, vacuumed really thoroughly, and put one of Becca's scented candles on the shelf where the urn used to be. The cinnamon one she likes. Figured she'd notice eventually, but maybe she'd just think she moved it and forgot, or something. She noticed that same night. Came home from her shift at the hospital and immediately was like, "Where's Mom?" Not even "Where's the urn?" She said, "Where's Mom?" like the urn was her mom. I told her what happened with the dropping it, and she started freaking out, asking where the urn was now, and I told her the truth. Said I threw it away because most of the ashes spilled, and what was left wasn't really her anymore anyway. Becca started crying, like really crying, the kind where she couldn't catch her breath. Then she ran outside to the dumpster in her scrubs, and I followed her, and she was literally climbing into the dumpster at like 9 p.m. trying to find it. Our neighbor was taking out his recycling and just stared at us. She found the urn in pieces, the lid was cracked in half, and there was coffee grounds and other trash stuck to it. Most of the remaining ashes had spilled out into the garbage. She tried to collect what she could see into a Tupperware container she made me go get from the kitchen. I'm watching my wife pick through wet garbage in the dark, trying to separate gray ash from coffee grounds and cigarette butts, and I'm thinking this is insane, like genuinely insane behavior. At a certain point I said, "Becca, this is crazy. You can't even tell what's ash and what's just regular dirt," and she told me to shut the fuck up. She's never talked to me like that before. We've barely spoken in 4 days. She's sleeping in the guest room. The Tupperware container is now on that same shelf with the scented candle, covered in plastic wrap. Her sister came over yesterday and Becca told her everything, and her sister called me a sociopathic piece of shit and said she's calling their dad. Their dad already doesn't like me because I didn't ask his permission before proposing. Apparently that's still a thing people care about. I get that the timing was bad, and maybe I should have lied about where the urn went, but also Roberta treated me like garbage for 15 years, and now I'm supposed to treat her literal garbage like it's sacred? Becca's acting like I killed her mom myself when her mom was already dead, and honestly already kind of killed our marriage, by being such a bitch to me the entire time we were together that Becca got trained to think I'm never good enough. Am I the asshole? You/Dustpan Dilemmas. You threw a person in the dumpster. Doesn't matter if that person was an asshole when she was alive, you threw human remains in the trash because dusting was too inconvenient for you. Your wife climbed in the garbage trying to salvage her mother. How are you even asking this? You're the asshole, and honestly, you might be single soon. OP replied, I didn't throw a person away. I threw away contaminated ash that was already half gone and mixed with carpet dirt. There's a difference. You/kettlebell_Kowalczyk. The way you describe your Mills urn as ugly and creepy tells me everything. Your wife was grieving, and you were annoyed that a ceramic jar was in your line of sight during TV time. 8 months is nothing for losing a parent. You didn't even try to hide this. You just admitted you thought your wife would somehow not notice her dead mother was missing. Everyone sucks here, but mostly you. You're the asshole. OP replied, 8 months is long enough to at least make a plan. She kept saying soon and never did anything about it. And yeah, the urn was ugly. That's just a fact. I don't know why I'm supposed to pretend it was beautiful. You/FerretDadSupreme69. Lol, this is the funniest shit I've read all week. Weak handshakes for a man absolutely destroyed you, huh? You've been holding on to that for years. You got cucked by a ceramic jar and decided to assert dominance by throwing grandma in the garbage. Your wife's in the dumpster at 9 p.m. in scrubs, covered in coffee grounds, while the neighbor watches, and you're wondering if you're the asshole. Holy shit, dude. You're the asshole, but this is hilarious. You/griefprofessional_T. Funeral director here. Human cremains are virtually impossible to clean once contaminated with foreign material. What your wife collected from that dumpster is mostly trash. The actual remains of her mother are in a landfill or stuck in your vacuum bag. You didn't just throw away an urn, you permanently destroyed the only physical remnant of her parent. The asshole doesn't even cover it. Edit. Becca's dad just called me. He didn't yell or anything, which somehow made it worse. He just said very calmly that I'm not welcome at family events going forward and that he's disappointed Becca chose this. He said chose, like past tense, like she chose wrong and is stuck now. Then he hung up before I could say anything back. Also, people asking if this is rage bait. It's not. This is my actual life right now, and it sucks. Update. Becca's been keeping a second urn at her sister's place this whole time. It's been almost 3 weeks. I thought maybe things were starting to get a little better, like Becca was at least talking to me again about normal stuff, like did we need milk or whatever. Still sleeping in separate rooms, but she wasn't actively giving me the silent treatment anymore. Last night, her sister Nikki came over, which was weird because Nikki's barely looked at me since the dumpster thing. She brought this canvas tote bag and wouldn't make eye contact. They went into the guest room and closed the door, and I could hear them talking quiet, but couldn't make out what they were saying. About an hour later, Becca comes out holding a different urn. Not the ugly green ceramic one. This one was like brushed silver metal, actually nice looking, kind of modern. And she just says, this is my mom too. Apparently when Roberta died, the crematorium gives you the option to split the remains into 2 urns if you want, which I guess is a thing people do. Becca and Nikki split them. Nikki kept one at her apartment, and Becca kept the other one, the green ceramic one, the one I threw in the dumpster. Becca never told me there were 2. Never mentioned it once in 8 months. I asked her why she didn't tell me, and she said, because I knew you'd find a way to ruin this one too. Just said it completely flat while holding this urn I'd never seen before in my own living room. Then Nikki goes, Mom told me before she died that she didn't think you'd make it past 5 years, and you're at 15. Like, what the fuck? Her dying wish was to tell her daughters that my marriage had an expiration date? And they're just cool with sharing that information now, apparently. I asked Becca what she was going to do with this second urn, and she said Nikki's keeping it. Where it's safe. Those exact words. Where it's safe. Like I'm some kind of threat to cremated remains security. The Tupperware container of dumpster ash is still on the shelf. I asked if she was going to get rid of it now that she has the other urn, and she said no, she's keeping both. So now there's a Tupperware of garbage ash on the living room shelf, and her sister has the actual urn at her place, and I'm the asshole in both scenarios, apparently. Nikki left like 10 minutes ago. Before she walked out, she said, you know she's only staying with you because she's scared of starting over, right? Becca was in the bathroom and didn't hear her say it, but Nikki made sure I did. Becca's back in the guest room now. I can hear her on the phone, but don't know who with. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this information. There were 2 urns the whole time. She let me feel insane about the dumpster thing for 3 weeks, knowing she had a backup. You/margarine_profit. Wait. Your wife HID an urn from you because she predicted you'd ruin it, and then you literally ruined the one she didn't hide. She knew you were going to pull some shit, and her instincts were correct. That's not her fault, that's her being right about you. Still, the asshole. OP replied, how is it right to hide something like that? That's marriage secrets about her dead parent. That seems worse than throwing away an urn I didn't even know was a duplicate. You/philosophicaltoaster99. Buddy, she didn't hide it because she's sneaky, she hid it because she knows you. And she was right. You're mad that she correctly predicted you'd be disrespectful to her mom's remains and took precautions. You're proving her point with every sentence you type. Still the asshole. You/FerretDadSupreme69. There were 2 urns. I'm fucking dying. She played you. She knew you were going to do some dumbass shit and she planned for it like you're a toddler who can't be trusted with nice things. And you did do dumbass shit. This is the best update I've ever read. You got outplayed by a dead woman. OP replied, she didn't play me, she just lied by omission for 8 months, which is fucked up. You/cereal box philosopher. Nikki's comment about your wife being too scared to start over is the real issue here, and you're breezing right past it. Your marriage is held together by fear and inertia. The earn thing is just the visible symptom. Everyone sucks here, but you're still the bigger asshole for the dumpster thing. Edit. Just found out from our apartment maintenance guy that someone requested our dumpster's pickup schedule 3 weeks ago, right after the earn incident. He thought it was weird at the time, but told them anyway. I asked Becca about it, and she admitted she went back to the dumpster 2 more times after that first night, trying to find more of the ashes before the truck came. She didn't find anything else, but she tried. I don't know what to do with the image of my wife climbing into a dumpster multiple times in the dark looking for her mom while I was inside watching TV. Update 2. Roberta left me something in her will, and I kind of wish she hadn't. It's been 2 months since my last update. Becca and I are still together, but together is generous. We're basically roommates who own furniture jointly. Still separate bedrooms. The Tupperware is still on the shelf. We don't talk about it. Yesterday, I got a letter from Roberta's estate lawyer. Apparently, her will took forever to process because she had weird assets or something. I don't really understand how that stuff works. The letter said I was named as a beneficiary and to come to the office to receive my inheritance. I didn't even know Roberta had a will. Becca never mentioned it. When I told her about the letter, she got this weird look on her face and said, you should probably go alone. So I went this morning. The lawyer's office was in this old building downtown that smelled like coffee and old paper. He was like 70, kept calling me young man, which I'm 40, so not really. He gave me this envelope with my name on it in Roberta's handwriting, and inside was a letter and a check. The check was for $50,000. The letter said, and I'm literally reading it right now while I type this, read, you were never good enough for my daughter, but you stayed anyway, and I respect persistence, if nothing else. This money is for you to start over correctly. Leave Becca. She deserves better. And somewhere in whatever passes for your conscience, you know it. Take this and go. If you're still with her a year after my death, this money goes to the Humane Society in your name. The lawyer has instructions. Patricia. The date on the letter is from 3 weeks before she died. The check is real. I looked up the account number, and it's from her estate fund. The lawyer confirmed that if Becca and I are still married on the 1-year anniversary of Roberta's death, which is in 4 months, the money gets donated and I get nothing. $50,000 to leave my wife from beyond the grave with a fucking timer on it. I asked the lawyer if Becca knew about this, and he said all beneficiaries were informed of the will's contents 6 weeks after the death. That was 7 months ago. Becca has known about this for 7 months. Through the whole earn thing, the dumpster thing, all of it. She knew her dead mom left me money to divorce her, and she never said a word. I drove home and just sat in the car for like an hour. When I finally went inside, Becca was making pasta. Just regular pasta, like it was a normal day. I put the letter on the counter and asked why she didn't tell me. She didn't even look surprised. She just said, because I wanted to see if you'd throw me away as easily as you threw away my mom. Then she said, the clock runs out in 4 months. You should start apartment hunting. She said it like she already knows what I'm gonna do. Like it's decided. The fucked up part is, I don't even know if she's wrong. $50,000 would clear my credit card debt, and I could actually get a decent place. And we're clearly not happy. Nikki was right. Becca's only here because she's scared to start over. And maybe I'm only here because I don't know how to admit I quit. But also, taking dead woman divorce money feels like proof that Roberta was right about me all along. Like she's winning from inside a silver urn at Nikki's apartment. Becca's still cooking pasta. The Tupperware of trash ash is on the shelf behind her. The timer's ticking. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. That's the end of this total trash fire. Thanks for sticking around. Hope I didn't waste your time. Drop a comment below. What would you choose? $50K and being single, or staying married to a woman who literally keeps your shame in a Tupperware on a shelf? If you're down for more stories like this, hit that follow button or at least drop a like so I know people actually care. Later, guys.